Hello, everyone, and welcome to another segment of Divine Femininity United. I am your girl, Dr. Bianca Miss B. Lee, and I am here to journey with you as per usual on our journey through the Reading the Power, written by Rhonda Byrne. We are embarking on chapter 9, part 9 this evening, and I'm so excited about this. I've been sitting in just solace preparing for this particular chapter. For some reason, it's kind of, it's giving me the feels. It's been giving me the feels this afternoon, especially. For some reason, this thing has really been, it's like, I don't want to say nervous. It's more like, anxious to get started, or excitement. You know what I'm saying? It's just like when you were a child and you knew that you were about to go to an amusement park the next morning, and you're just fidgety and just excited, and you don't know what to expect, but you know that there's greatness to anticipate and all of those things. That's how I feel. That is how I felt this afternoon pertaining to this particular chapter. All the chapters have been meaty and so good. Oh my goodness. But this one here, for some reason, this thing is just really, it's sitting in my chest a little more than the others. So I'm excited about getting started. Okay. Of course you all know that there's always points of power from our previous chapter, which was chapter 8. Okay. And that chapter was entitled The Power and Money. The Power and Money. And when I tell you that chapter was really reading us and giving us the ins and outs, the ups and downs as it pertains to our relationship with money, and why there is a lack, and why it doesn't stick, and why, you know what I'm saying? And man, it gave us the business. It definitely told us what we needed to know. It gave us a different outlook, a different perspective as to how to handle the matter of money, and understand that money is here for you. You understand what I'm saying? And gave us the formula and how to not just manifest it and attract it, but how to allow it, how to give it staying power. Okay. How to give it staying power. That's the one thing. Like, most of us, we know how to get money, but can you keep money? That's the thing. That is the thing. So, last chapter was talking about that. So some of the main points of last chapter, I'm going to go into now, so that it can kind of reiterate some of those things, kind of reactivate some of those concepts in your mind, so that you can kind of refresh yourself. And then we can go into the next chapter, which is the power and relationships. Okay. So here's the points of power from the last chapter. Starting with, it's the attractive force of love that moves all the money in the world. And whoever is giving love by feeling good is a magnet for money. The next point, you can tell how you feel about money, because if you don't have all you need, then you don't feel good about your money. That's just self-explanatory right there. Okay. Love is the attracting force that brings money. And love is also the power that makes money stick. Come on here. Love is the secret ingredient, all right, to not only manifest it and attract money, but it's also that power that causes it to stick. The next point, when you pay your bills, find a way, any way, to make yourself feel good. Imagine your bills are checks that you're receiving, or use gratitude and give thanks to the company who sent you the bill. That is so true. I had to understand that, instead of being begrudging, when bills come in, oh, here we go, more bill. I got more bills than anything. When you approach it with that type of mindset and attitude, then absolutely it's going to yield more bills for you, more expenses, and not more money to handle those expenses. But when you see that bill as a place of gratitude, because if you just received the light bill, then that means that company has been servicing you and giving you lights for a full month. And for that, I'm grateful. Okay. I am grateful. I'm thankful. As soon as I see the light company, I thank you all so very much for providing me such impeccable electric service. Okay. And with full gratitude and appreciation, I'm sending you this payment for your services. Thank you so very much. And then when you finish, write thank you on the bill and write paid in full. Thank you, paid in full, even if it's not paid, even if you don't have the funds in your visibility, right? Thank you, paid. Okay, that's how you do that. When the next point, when some money comes into your hands, no matter how small it is, be grateful. Remember, gratitude is the great multiplier. Gratitude, be grateful, grateful and appreciative. All of those things. I'm telling you, say thank you. We talked about it, becoming a gratitude extraordinaire. We talked about saying thank you at every single second of every single day, because there's always, at every single second of every single day, something to be grateful for. Honestly, okay? The next point, feel love when you pay for anything instead of feeling bad because you have less money. Feel love. The difference between the two is the difference between having plenty of money and struggling with money for the rest of your life. That's the difference. Feeling love for making payments, or feeling, heavy for not having the same amount of money after you make a payment. You got to be grateful that you even are in a position to make the payment. You understand what I'm saying? Next point, use physical money as your cue to remember to feel good about plenty of money. Imagine the front of each bill as the positive side, your money, your bills of payment. Okay, build your denominations, all right, which represents plenty of money. So in your wallet, set your money up. Put all of your money face up. All of your money face up. Okay, and every time you see your bills in your pocket face up, then that is a positive sign. That represents positive money. That represents positive money. Each time you handle money, deliberately flip that bill so the front is facing you. Okay. Period, point blank. Anytime you see the back side of the bill, imagine that being the negative. As soon as you see that negative, flip it back over so it's positive and it's facing you. Same thing with your credit cards. They talked about it in the chapter. When you see your debit cards, your credit cards, don't just see them as a piece of plastic. Don't just see them as temptation for you to use and swipe. See it as your plethora of money, your blessings, your pool and well of money, and it has your name inscripted embossed on the card. That is your blessing with your name on it. See it as that. Plentiful with your name on it. Abundance with your name on it. A stacked bank account with your name on it. Commas, commas, commas with your name on it. That's how you need to see that. Change your perspective. You'll change the situation, the outcome. The next point, if you feel really good about success, no matter whose success it is, okay, hear that. No matter whose success it is, you stick success to you. Point blank and period. When you feel good, if you see your neighbor celebrating a new baby, then you celebrate with them, no matter whose it is. It doesn't matter. It don't have to be your success in order for you to feel the blessings off of that success. You rejoicing with them puts you in the running to receive that same blessing and to be able to rejoice too. You understand what I'm saying? The fact that the universe presented you the opportunity to witness someone else's success says that you yourself are on that frequency to receive that very same thing. Because if you weren't ready to see that, you wouldn't have saw it. You understand? So that means that you have to be of a place in order to even witness this opportunity, this beautiful thing that has happened for somebody else. You rejoicing for someone else does not take away anything that you may have in your life or even what's coming to you. Because what did we say about your debit cards or credit cards? Your blessings already have your name on them. So you rejoicing for somebody else and it's not taking nothing away from what's already yours. So celebrate big for that next person. Okay? Celebrate it like it's yours. And that's how you stick success to you as well. Okay. The next point, give in equal value to the money you receive through profits or your salary. If you give more value than the money you're receiving, your business and your career will take off. That is so true. I am a multipreneur. I have several businesses and entities. And when I tell you, again, if you're receiving money from clients, because I coach and I do therapy and I have patients and clients and things like that. So when you receive the payment, when I receive the payment from them, I need to give them above and beyond the call of duty. So I need to in gratitude for their payment to me, in gratitude for them tapping into me and trusting me with their lives, my thanksgiving in return is to give them above and beyond more value in my services than what they paid me. That's how I appreciate them, by being the very best me, by continuing my education, by upping my understanding, by becoming more evolved and elevated in my practice. That's how I show appreciation, by upping the value of my service. That's where your success will come from as an entrepreneur. Trust and believe your business and your career will take off. All right. The next point, money is only a tool for you to experience the things you love in life. That's it. The attractive force of love has unlimited ways for you to receive what you want. And only one of those ways involves money. Okay. Money is simply a tool. It's simply a tool for us to get the things that we desire in this life. That's it. That's all. Okay. But you have to have an open understanding and a willing and a receiving perspective and a respect for that tool in order for that tool to give you the results that tool can absolutely give you. Okay. The next point, imagine being with what you love, doing what you love, and having the things you love, because you will feel far more love than you will if you only think about money. Imagine doing what you love, being what you love. Imagine that money brings you a lot of these things. Imagine the experiences, not the money that gave you the experience. Imagine the experience. You know what I'm saying? Imagine yourself where you desire that money can take you. Imagine already being there, not the money to get you there. Imagine already being there. Imagine already being in that dynamic, in that career, with those clients, in that field, in that house, in that relationship, with your children, on that vacation. Imagine already being there. Don't imagine the money to get you there. Imagine already being there. And that's what will bring that manifestation to you. Not the money to get you there, the already being there, okay? And the final point of power from last session is the beauty of life is that when you put love first, all the money you need to live a full life, it comes to you. That's an automatic law. That's a law. Okay. It comes to you. Okay. Here we go. I am excited about going into this new chapter. Tonight's chapter is the power and relationships. The power and relationships. All right. Og Mandino, who is an author, stated, extend to each person, no matter how trivial the contact, all the care and kindness and understanding and love that you can muster, and do it with no thought of any reward. Your life will never be the same again. That's good. Giving love is the law that applies to everything in your life. And giving love is the law of relationships. The force of love doesn't care whether you know someone or not, whether a person is a friend or a foe, a loved one or a complete stranger. The force of love doesn't care if you're encountering a work colleague, boss, parent, child, student, or a person serving you in a store. With every single person you come into contact with, you are either giving love or you're not. And what you give is what you will receive. Relationships are your biggest channel to give love. And so you can change your entire life just through the love you give in your relationships. At the same time, though, relationships can be your biggest downfall because they are often your biggest excuse for not giving love. The next point, what you give to others, you give to yourself. The most enlightened beings throughout history told us to love others. You were not told to love others just so that you would be a nice person. You were being given the secret to life. You were being given the law of attraction. When you love others, you will have an amazing life. When you love others, you will receive the life you deserve. St. Paul, Christian apostle in Galatians 5:14 stated, the entire law is summed up in a single command. Love your neighbor as yourself. Give love to others through kindness, encouragement, support, gratitude, or any good feeling, and it comes back to you and multiplies itself, bringing love to every other area of your life, including your health, money, happiness, and career. Give negativity to others through criticism, anger, impatience, or any bad feelings, and you will receive that negativity back, guaranteed. And as the negativity comes back, it multiplies itself, attracting more negativity, which affects the rest of your life. The next section. It's not about the other person. You can tell in your relationships right now what you've been giving. If a current relationship is great, it means you are giving more love and gratitude than negativity. If a current relationship is difficult or challenging, it means you are inadvertently giving more negativity than love. Some people think a relationship is either good or bad because of the other person, but life doesn't happen that way. You can't say to the force of love, I will give love only when the other person gives it to me. You can't receive anything in life unless you give it first. Whatever you give, you receive. So it's not about the other person at all. It's all about you. It's all about what you're giving and what you are feeling. You can change any relationship right now by looking for the things you love, appreciate, and are grateful for in that person. When you make a deliberate effort to look for the things you love more than you notice negative things, a miracle will take place. It will appear to you as though something incredible has happened to the other person. But it's the force of love that is incredible because it dissolves negativity, including negativity in relationships. All you have to do is harness the force of love by looking for the things you love in the person, and everything will change in that relationship. I know of hundreds of relationships that have been restored through the power of love. But one particular story of a woman who used love's power to restore her crumbling marriage stands out from the others because this woman had lost all love for her husband. In fact, she couldn't bear to be near him. Her husband complained every day. He was sick all the time. He was depressed and angry and verbally abusive to her and their 4 children. When the woman learned about the power of giving love, she decided right away to feel happier despite the problems in her marriage. Immediately, the atmosphere in their home became lighter, and the woman's relationships with her children got better. She then went through her photo albums, looking at the photos of her husband when they first married. She took some of the photos and put them on her desk to look at them every day. And by her doing this, something amazing happened. She felt the love she had first felt for her husband. And as she felt the love return, her feelings of love began to increase dramatically inside her. She reached a point where she loved her husband more than she ever had in her life. Her love became so great that her husband's depression and anger disappeared, and his health began to return. This woman went from wanting to be as far away as possible from her husband to a marriage where they want to be with each other as much as possible. The next point, love means freedom. Now, here's the tricky bit that with giving love in relationships, and it's the one thing that has prevented many from receiving the life they deserve. It's only tricky because people have misunderstood what it means to give love to others. To be very clear about what it means to give love to others, you need to understand what it means not to give love to others. Trying to change another person is not giving love. Thinking you know what is best for another person is not giving love. Thinking you are right and another person is wrong is not giving love. Criticizing, blaming, complaining, nagging, or finding fault with another person is not giving love. Gautama Buddha, the founder of Buddhism, stated, "Hate is not conquered by hate. Hate is conquered by love. This is a law eternal." I want to share a story I received that demonstrates the care we must take in our relationships. A man's wife had left him and had taken their children with her. The man was devastated. He blamed his wife and he refused to accept her decision. He continued to contact her, determined to do everything he could do to change her mind. He may have thought he was acting out of love for his wife and family, but his actions were not loving. He blamed his wife for their marriage ending. He believed that she was wrong and he was right. He refused to accept his wife's decision to choose for herself. Because he would not stop contacting his wife, he was arrested and sentenced to jail. The man eventually realized that he was not giving love when he denied his wife her freedom to choose what she wanted, and that he lost his freedom as a result. The law of attraction is the law of love, and you cannot break it. If you violate it, you break yourself. I'm sharing this story because the ending of intimate relationships is very challenging for some people. You cannot deny someone else's right to choose what they want, because that is not giving love. It is a bitter pill to swallow when your heart is breaking, but you must respect everyone's freedom and right to choose. What you give to another person, you receive yourself. And when you deny another person's freedom to choose, you will attract negative things that deny your own freedom. Maybe the flow of money to you decreases, or your health weakens, or your job takes a downturn, because all of these things would affect your freedom. There is no other person for the law of attraction. What you give out to others, you give to yourself. Giving love to other people does not mean you let people walk all over you or abuse you in any way, because that's not giving love either. Allowing another person to use you doesn't help that person, and it surely doesn't help you. Love is tough, and we learn and grow through its law. And as part of that learning, we experience consequences. So it is not love to allow another person to use or abuse you. The answer is get yourself onto the highest frequency of good feelings that you can, and the force of love will resolve the situations for you. Rene Descartes, a mathematician and philosopher, stated, "Whenever anyone has offended me, I try to raise my soul so high that the offense cannot reach it." Now listen, that is a word, okay? I'm going to say that. That thing was good. I'm going to say it again. Whenever anyone has offended me, I try to raise my soul so high that the offense cannot reach it. That was good. That was good. Talk about maturity, okay? Wisdom. My goodness. Okay, the next section, the secret to relationships. Life presents everything to you so that you can choose what you love. And part of the gift of life is that you are given all kinds of people. So you can choose what you love in those people and turn away from what you don't love. You are not meant to manufacture love for quantities in a person you don't love, but simply to turn away without giving them any feeling. Hello over there on YouTube. Hello on Clubhouse. Hello on Facebook. You all are listening. I appreciate your presence. I really do. Turning away from what you don't love in someone means you're relaxed about it and you know life is giving you a choice. It doesn't mean that you argue with them to prove they're wrong, or you criticize or blame them, or that you want to change them because you think you're right. Because if you do any of these things, you are not giving love. Big time. Big time. Here's the thing, and this is Miss B interjecting here. I think, and I was talking to my parents a couple weeks ago, and I told them, I said, I don't really believe, no matter what your faith is, what religion you practice, I don't believe that we truly understand the concepts of infinite intelligence, the Almighty, the I Am, Source, God, Supreme Being. I don't think we truly understand the magnitude of the bigness of God. And I also don't think we have ever understood what it truly means to love. And I'm even talking about from facets of religion and faith where love is taught. I think even when it's taught from certain ones in certain concepts, that is taught about in a very limited capacity. I don't even think it's ever been delivered in its completion, what love truly is. I think people teach from where they are and not from what it is. You understand what I'm saying? So the only reason that we were getting a capful of what love truly is because that person who was teaching it has only reached a capful of what love is for themselves. You cannot expect an apple to give you orange juice. That apple is only going to give you what that apple is capable of giving you based upon what that apple has been exposed to in and of itself. It's not until that apple evolves can it give you more of that evolution. Okay. And so I think this is why it's imperative for us to go into spaces like this, or multiple spaces where your perspective and your view of a thing is expanded to such a degree that it expands beyond the walls of any type of circle, religion, concept, construct, system, or whatever the case. You have to go beyond that in order to get the fullness thereof. Otherwise, you're only going to keep yourself in the bounds of what you were taught. That's it. And there's so much more beyond that. Okay. So that was just my little nugget there. Okay. Okay. King Solomon, biblical king of Israel, in Proverbs 11:17 stated, your own soul is nourished when you are kind. It is destroyed when you are cruel. When you're on a feeling frequency of love, then only people who are on the same feeling frequency as you can come into your life. That is true. Like attracts like. That is so true. The law of attraction says like attracts like. I was speaking to a client this morning about that very same thing. Some days you feel really happy. Some days you feel irritated, and others you feel sad. You could be many different versions of yourself. A person in a relationship with you can also be many versions, including happy, irritated, or sad. No doubt you would have seen them being many different versions, but every version is still that person. When you're happy, then only the happy version of the other people can come into your life. But you have to be happy to receive the happy versions of other people. Ooh, that thing was jammed packed. I hope y'all got that. Ooh, that was a gem. I hope y'all got that. It doesn't mean you are responsible for other people's happiness, because everyone is responsible for their own lives and happiness. What it means is there's nothing else for you to do but to feel happy yourself. And the law of attraction will do the rest. Okay. Greek philosopher and scientist Aristotle stated, happiness depends upon ourselves. Okay. Next section, pets. One way to take the sting out of confrontational or difficult relationships is to imagine people as your own pet, your personal emotional trainers. PET, your personal emotional trainers. The force of love presents you with a whole array of personal emotional trainers, disguised as everyday people, but they are all training you to choose love. Some people may be soft personal emotional trainers because they don't push you very hard and they're so easy to love. Some people may be tough personal emotional trainers because they push you to your limits, as some personal physical trainers do. But they are the ones who are making you stronger to choose love no matter what. Personal emotional trainers can use all kinds of situations and tactics to challenge you. But the thing to remember is that every challenge is presented so you will choose love and turn away from negativity and blame. Some trainers may challenge you to judge them or others, but don't fall for that trap. Judgment is negative and it's not giving love. So if you can't love the good in someone or something, simply turn away. Some trainers may test you by provoking you to feel revenge, anger, or hatred. Turn away by looking for the things you love in life. Some trainers may even hit you with guilt, feelings of unworthiness, or fear. Don't fall for any of them, because negativity of any kind is not love. Martin Luther King Jr., the Baptist minister and civil rights leader, stated, "Hatred paralyzes life. Love releases it. Hatred confuses life. Love harmonizes it. Hatred darkens life. Love illuminates it." If you imagine the people in your life as your personal emotional trainers, it will help you with any difficult relationships. It's the tough trainers who make you stronger and determined to choose love no matter what. But they're also giving you a message. They're telling you that you've gotten yourself onto a negative feeling frequency and you need to feel better to move off of it. No one can come into your life and affect you negatively unless you are already on that same negative feeling frequency. If you're on a feeling frequency of love, it won't matter how tough or negative someone is. They will not and cannot affect you. Each person is just doing their job, just as you are doing your job of being a personal emotional trainer to others. There are no enemies. There are only some great pets, and some tough pets who are making you great. That was good, and that is so true. Next section, the law of attraction is a sticky business. The law of attraction is a sticky business. When you rejoice in another person's good fortune, their good fortune sticks to you. When you admire or appreciate anything about another person, you're sticking those qualities to yourself. But when you think or discuss negative things about someone else, you're sticking those negative things to you too, and you're putting them into your own life. The law of attraction is responding to your feelings. Whatever you give, you receive. And so if you stick a label on any person, circumstance, or event in life, you are sticking the label on you, and that's what you will receive. Now, this is fantastic news because it means you can stick everything you love and want to you by looking for the things you love in other people and saying yes to them with all of your heart. The world is your catalog. And when you understand the power of your love, it is a full-time job noticing everything you love in other people. But it's the easiest and best way to change your whole life. It beats struggle and suffering. All you have to do is notice the things you love in other people and turn away from the things you don't, so you don't give them any feeling. How easy is that? Okay. The book of Arda Viraj. This is a Zoroastrian religious text, and it states, taking the first footstep with a good thought, and the second with a good word, and the third with a good deed, I entered paradise. That's good. The next section, gossip is sticky too. Come on here. Listen, y'all. Brace it. Get a good grip, because, honey, pull all arms and legs inside of the vehicle, because we are about to go on a bumpy ride. All right. In today's society where gossip and your opinions and everybody got something to say and got a 2 cent, 5 cent, nickel, quarter, dime, and dollar to add to everybody else's business. Come on here. The whole dialogue about Jada and Will in and of itself. Okay. Come on here. Let's get in here. Come on. Let's get in here. Brace yourself, harness yourself, strap it on in, because all of us fit in this. Okay. Gossip is sticky too. Gossip seems harmless on the surface, but it can cause a lot of negative things in people's lives. Gossip is not giving love. Gossip is giving negativity, and that's exactly what you receive back. Gossip is not harmful to the person who is being spoken of. Gossip harms those gossiping. When you are talking with a family member or a friend, and they tell you some negative things about someone and what someone said or did, they are gossiping and they are giving out negativity. As you listen to them, you are giving out negativity too, because you are a feeling being, and you can't hear negative things without your feelings dropping rapidly. When you talk about a work colleague at lunch, and you both talk negatively about someone, you are gossiping and you are giving out negativity. You can't talk about or hear negativity and have good feelings. So, to put it frankly, we need to be mindful of not sticking our nose in other people's business, because their business will get stuck on your nose. Unless you want it in your life, turn away from it without feeling anything. You'll not only be doing yourself a favor, but you'll also be doing the other person or people a favor who don't realize the negative effect gossip can have on their lives. If you find yourself gossiping or listening to gossip, stop mid-sentence and say, "But I am so grateful that, dot, dot, dot," and finish the sentence with something good about the person being gossiped about. Gautama Buddha, the founder of Buddhism, stated, "If a man speaks or acts with an evil thought, pain follows him. If a man speaks or acts with a pure thought, happiness follows him, like a shadow that never leaves him." Come on here. I do this all the time. Let me tell you something. A lot of my friends and family know not to bring me gossip. They know not to, because I'm shutting it down at hello. You understand me? Especially if you deliberately call down to where I live. I'm myself and my youngest brother. We're the only two that lives in this state. Okay. In fact, myself and my youngest brother, we even live apart. Okay. I barely see him. So I am very, very isolated in my life on purpose, because I don't expose myself to too many entities and energies and stuff like that. I'm very sacred with mine. Okay. But if anybody calls my phone and they attempt, of course the calls have died down now, because they already know I'm not about that life. But when they used to call, and the initial sentence is, "Girl, let me tell you about," I shut it down right there. Nope. I am uninterested. But I was just going to say, I don't want to hear it. Because the first thing I asked is, did you share these feelings with them? The person, whoever you're about to talk about, did you share these things with them? Well, no, I just wanted to get your feedback. I don't have any. I have none. Especially when it has nothing to do with me. I definitely have no contribution, none. Nope. Because the moment someone pours that into you, the moment you see negative things about other people, hear negative things about other people, look how fast these rumors and memes are passing around about Jada Smith. Look how quickly the negative stuff is spreading about her. And not one person has taken the time. I've done this. I pre-order her book. So I already know her full story. Okay. And I know that a lot of these people out here that are dogging her out, I know that they're speaking from a place of ignorance, which means they don't know the full story. But they're jumping to conclusions because that's the hot thing to do. And the shocking part about it is that I'm seeing a lot of leaders jumping on that same bandwagon. It blows me. It blows my mind. But I'm not shocked either. It speaks of, again, what did we just read? It speaks of where they are. Okay? It speaks of where they are. But you got to be careful. You have got to love yourself fiercely and savagely to the point where you don't let anything to come into your system, your energy, your space, your body, your spirit that could potentially cause damage and bring a recompense on the back end. You don't want that. You do not want that. That's almost like a mama bear protecting her cubs with her life, and will fight it off any attack that may come, any threat that may come. Okay, even if it looks like a threat, she's standing on guard. That's how you gotta guard your spirit. And you got to protect your eye gates, your ear gates, your your spirit, and all of those things. Even with the stuff that we watch on TV, with the music that we listen to, the messaging in the song, we have to be mindful, y'all. For real, because you don't understand that those things are appearing to you because you're on that same frequency. So what happens when that stuff comes to you, like that the other teacher here in this book stated? When offense tries to come to me, I just simply elevate my soul. That way, offense can't reach me. When gossip tries to present itself to you, elevate yourself so that gossip can't reach you. I guarantee you, it'll stop people from trying to call you with gossip. Promise you that, because they'll get tired of you saying no. You don't want to hear it. Period. And even if an issue, because issues happen, you know what I'm saying? Problems occur, or whatever the case. But even if it does with me, I go straight to the source. There are no middle people. It's between me and the other person. I go straight to them. Done. Once we resolve it, it's over. That's it. You understand what I'm saying? So be very mindful of that, you all. Here we go. Next section. Your reaction chooses it. Your reaction chooses it. Life is presenting every person and circumstance to you so you can choose what you love and what you don't love. When you react to anything, you are reacting with your feelings. And as you do, you are choosing that. Your reaction, whether good or bad, sticks it to you. And in effect, you are saying you want more of it. And so it's important to watch how you react in your relationships, because whether you react with good or bad feelings, they are the feelings you're giving, and you will receive more of the same circumstances to make you feel that way. If a person says or does something and you find yourself feeling upset, offended, or angry, do your best to change the negative reaction right away. Simply being aware that you've reacted negatively takes the power out of that negative feeling immediately and can even stop them. But if you feel as though the negative feelings have a grip on you, it is best to walk away and spend a couple of minutes looking for things that you love, one after the other, until you feel much better. You can use anything you love to make you feel better, like listening to your favorite music, imagining the things you love, or doing something you love. You can also think about the things you love in that person who upset you. This might be challenging, but if you can do it, it is the fastest way to feel better. It's also the fastest way to become the master of your feelings. Oscar Wilde, an author and poet, stated, "A man who is master of himself can end a sorrow as he can invent a pleasure." I don't want to be at the mercy of my emotions. I want to use them to enjoy them and to dominate them. Yes. You can change any negative situation in your life, but you can't change it with bad feelings. You have to react differently to the situation, because if you keep reacting negatively, your bad feelings will magnify and multiply the negativity. When you give good feelings, the positivity magnifies and multiplies. Even if you can't imagine how a particular situation can change without something into something positive, it can. The force of love always finds a way. The next section, love is a shield. Love is a shield. To take the power out of other people's negativity and not be affected by it, remember the magnetic fields of feelings surrounding each person. There's a field of joy, love, happiness, gratitude, excitement, and passion, and a field for every good feeling. There's also a field of anger, discouragement, frustration, hate, desire for revenge, fear, and a field for every negative feeling. A person surrounded by a magnetic field of anger doesn't feel good at all. And so if you come into their presence, they will most likely direct their anger at you. They don't mean to harm you, but they can't see anything good when they're looking at the world through their field of anger. All they can see are things that anger them. And because they can only see anger, they're likely to get angry and hurl anger at the person they see, often a loved one. Does this situation sound familiar? If you're feeling fantastic, the force of your magnetic field creates a shield that no negativity can penetrate. And so it won't matter what negativity anyone hurls at you. It cannot touch you. And it will bounce right off of your feeling field without affecting you at all. On the other hand, if a person hurls something negative at you and you feel what they say, then you know that your feelings must have dropped because the negativity broke through your feeling field. There's only one thing to do if this happens, and that is to find an excuse to politely walk away so you can restore yourself with good feelings. Two negative fields multiply at a rapid rate when they come into contact with each other, and no good can ever come of it. You will know this from your own life experiences. Two negative fields together are not a pretty sight. Lao Tzu, the founder of Taoism, stated, "Muddy water, let stand, becomes clear." Muddy water, let stand, left alone, becomes clear because the muddiness drops to the bottom, leaving the clear at the top. It separates on its own. Okay. If you are feeling sad, disappointed, and frustrated, or any other negative feeling, then you are looking at the world through that feeling field, and the world will look sad, disappointing, or frustrating to you. You cannot see anything good through a field of bad feelings. Not only is your negative field attracting more negativity to itself, but you will never see your way out of any problem until you change the way you feel. Changing the way you feel is easy compared to running around trying to change the circumstances of the outside world. All the physical action in the world cannot change the situation. Change your feelings and the outside circumstances will change. Charles Honnell, a New Thought author, stated, "The power is from within, but we cannot receive it unless we give it." The power is from within. When someone is surrounded by a magnetic field of joy, you can feel their joy touch you from across the room. That is so true. People who are popular and who have magnetic personalities are simply people who feel good most of the time. The field of joy that surrounds them is so magnetic that it draws everybody and everything to them. The more you give love and feel good, the more magnetic your field becomes and the more it expands, drawing everything and everyone you love to you. Imagine that. The next section, love is the power that connects everything. Mozi, a Chinese philosopher, stated, "When all the people in the world love one another, then the strong will not overpower the weak. The many will not oppress the few. The wealthy will not mock the poor. The honored will not disdain the humble, and the cunning will not deceive the simple." When all the people in the world love one another. You have opportunities every day to give love to another person through your good feelings. When you feel happy, it is your guarantee that you will be giving positivity and love to whomever you come into contact with. When you give love to anyone, the love will return to you, but in a far greater way than you may have realized. When you give love to another person, if your love affects the other person so positively that they then give love to someone else, then no matter how many people are positively affected, no matter how far your love travels, all that love comes back to you. Not only do you receive back the love you gave to the original person, you receive all the love back from everyone who was affected. And the love returns to you dressed as positive circumstances, positive people, and positive events in your life. On the other hand, if you negatively affect another person so much that the person goes on to negatively affect someone else, then the negativity will return to you in full. You will receive back in the form of negative circumstances affecting your money, your career, your health, or your relationships. Whatever you give to another, you give it to yourself. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor, stated, If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing in itself, but to your estimate of it. Mm. And this you have the power to revoke at any moment. When you are feeling enthusiastic, happy, and cheerful, those good feelings affect everyone you come into contact with. Even if you can connect with a person just briefly in a store, on a bus, or in an elevator. When your good feelings make a difference to any person you connect with, the effect of that one instance on your life is almost incomprehensible. Scott Adams, a cartoonist, stated, "Remember, there's no such thing as a small act of kindness. Every act creates a ripple with no logical end." That is so true. Love is the solution and the answer to every relationship. You can never improve a relationship with negativity. Use the creation process for your relationships and give love to receive. Use the keys to power for your relationships. Notice the things you love, make a list of the things you love, talk about the things you love, and turn away from the things you don't love. Imagine having the perfect relationship. Imagine it at the highest level you can and feel having it with all of your heart. If you find it difficult to feel good about a relationship, then love everything else around you and just stop noticing the negative things in the relationship. Love can do anything for you. All you have to do is give love by feeling good, and any negativity in your relationships will fade away. Whenever you are faced with a negative situation in a relationship, the solution is always love. You won't know how it will be solved, and you can never know how. But if you maintain feeling good and give love, it will happen. The message from Lao Tzu, Buddha, Jesus, Muhammad, and every great being is loud and clear. Love. Okay. Wow, that was good. Okay, so the points of power, the points to take away from the chapter are these. With every single person you come into contact, you are either giving love or you're not. And based on what you give, that is what you receive. The next point, give love to others through kindness, encouragement, support, gratitude, or any good feelings. And it comes back to you multiplied in every area of your life. The next point, love for the things you love in a relationship. Look for the things you love in a relationship more than you notice negative things, and it will appear as if something incredible has happened to the other person. The next point, trying to change another person, thinking you know what is best for another person, thinking you are right and another person is wrong, is not giving love. Next point, criticizing, blaming, complaining, nagging, or finding fault with another person is not giving love. The next point, you have to be happy to receive happy versions of other people. Next point, the force of love presents you with a whole array of personal emotional trainers disguised as everyday people, but they are all training you to choose love. Next point, you can stick everything you love and want to you by looking for those things that you love in other people and saying yes to those qualities with all of your heart. Next point, you can't talk about or hear negativity and have good feelings. The next, life is presenting every person and circumstance to you so you can choose what you love and what you don't love. When you react to anything, you are reacting with your feelings, and as you do, you are choosing it. Next point, you can't change a negative situation with bad feelings. If you keep reacting negatively, your bad feelings will magnify and multiply the negativity. The next point, if you're feeling fantastic, the force of your magnetic field creates a shield that no negativity can penetrate. The next point, changing the way you feel is easy compared to running around trying to change the circumstances of the outside world. Change your feelings and the outside circumstances will change. And the last point, the more you give love and feel good, the more magnetic your field becomes and the more it expands. drawing everything and everyone you love to you. That was good. That was so good. My goodness, I was excited about this chapter before beginning. Matter of fact, there was something kind of permeating inside of my heart chakra and my definitely my heart chakra. I was definitely feeling in my heart, but also in my solar plexus, in my belly. I was feeling it so heavy today, and I was in anticipation for this particular chapter specifically. All of them have been amazing, but this one specifically, I said, man, it's something that's inside of this chapter that I'm definitely it's calling for me. Okay. And I see it now. The next chapter, you all, will be on the next reading, rather, will be on Sunday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're going into chapter 10, which is the power and health. The power and health. Okay. The power of love. We already identified what the power is, which is love, right? But let's see how the power of love can change and affect your health. Okay. Alrighty, you all, listen. So do me the favor, if you do not have this book and you desire this book and you want to get the PDF ebook copy for only $5, you can back channel me, inbox me, whatever you need to do, and you can send me an email. All of this information is, if you're on Clubhouse, is in my bio. Or the website is pinned above my head. If you're watching via Facebook or YouTube, it's in the captions. You can send me a message, send me an email, send me something, inbox, or whatever you need to do to get that information. To send me your email address, and I will send that book over to you and tell you where you can sow your seed. Okay. Visit the website. Visit. I have a lot of services that I offer. I have books that I offer, merchandise, paraphernalia, all types of things that I offer. My Purpose Wear by Miss B, which is also on in Walmart as well. But if you can go through my website, go right ahead. You can cut the middleman all the way. On there, you will also see exactly what's going on and what we got going on. We're working with, we're doing a homeless drive right now where we're receiving, I'm telling you, at our headquarters, we get boxes in every single day. So I'm so grateful for the people who are sowing seeds into the mission. This mission is taking place on November 22nd, and we are highly anticipating a great outcome. Our goal is to give away a minimum of 250 toiletry bags to those who are in need, as well as feeding them hot meals and things like that. So we're not playing around about giving love this way. Okay. Not at all. You can also go to the website and see exactly what else and how else you could be of a benefit. Lori on YouTube says this is also amazing. Thank you so very much. We appreciate you for sure. Okay, so go to the website, you all. Go to the website and see how you can become involved. For the Thanksgiving Homeless Drive, there is an Amazon wish list. You can click that link on the website and it'll take you directly to the wish list. You can select all the items that you want to sow and give and go ahead and purchase it for us. At the end of your purchase, if you so choose, you can send us the amount that you spent and the items that you purchased, and we will create a nonprofit 501c3, because we are 501c3. We can create you a receipt. That way you can use it and submit it for your during your 2023 tax filings, okay, and get the credit off of your charitable donation. All right. That is the benefit about sewing into our organization. You can get your money back. You can get your credit for that. All right. So definitely do that. Okay. Not just for the credit, but for the deed. Okay. Do it for the deed. Do it because your heart is in it. Okay. Also, follow me on social media, you all, because that way you don't miss any postings, any videos, any messages, any flyers, any information about what's coming up next and stuff like that. Again, on Clubhouse, it's in the bio. On Facebook and YouTube, it is on the screen. Follow me Instagram at Dr. Bianca Miss B. Lee. Facebook, Dr. Bianca Miss B. Lee. YouTube, the same, Dr. Bianca Miss B. Lee. And Twitter, I barely use Twitter because Twitter has become a place of foolishness right now. So, but I still put some quotes over there every now and again. But to stay abreast of all things, follow me on Facebook, follow me on YouTube, follow me on Instagram for sure. Okay. I just talked about our mission, but you can join the mission. You can see everything that we got going on at our other website, the BTS Awards, which we recognize and honor those community heroes that are doing wonderful things without a spotlight. Okay, they're not showing on their phone and going live when they're putting some food in somebody's hand or giving somebody a couple of dollars. They're not posting it on, on the gram. They're doing it because their heart is in it. And this is no tea, no shade to anybody who's doing that. I mean, you do whatever you want to do. I'm just saying, for some people, this is just something that they do because they feel like, as human beings, this is what we're supposed to do. Right. And so they do it. And the message that, we observe them. We observe them from afar. We see everything that they have going on. We just highlighted someone just yesterday who is an artist. She's a painter, and she goes around and she paints wonderful, inspiring murals around the city, and she's low key. She's low key, but she paints the most amazing, beautiful, uplifting, encouraging murals around the city. And she does it and she going on about her business. You know what I'm saying? But she has no idea the positive effect that it's having on everybody who looks at that painting. They feel the love that she poured into that painting, those colors, the shapes, the choices that she made, the strokes that she made. They feel every line, every dot, every curve, every swivel. You know what I'm saying? They feel it because that's the energy in which she gave it. And so anybody who looks at her art, they're affected positively by it. She's affecting change and don't even realize it. You know what I'm saying? And a mural can be so amazing that even that person that saw it, they can bring other people and have them to look at it. She's affecting change. What we just talked about, the ripple effect of love. The ripple effect of love. We have no idea how much our reach of love is extended. We have no idea. And guess what? As a result of her loving and extending and that ripple effect of the love that she gave to the community, it's gonna all come back in full force to her. Right? You see how that is and how it's coming back to her. She's being recognized on a formal platform, red carpet experience, a night of celebrating her and every other entity, every other community member who does the very same thing. Okay. Follow. You all tap into the mission that we have going on and pour into these people just and watch and see it comes back to you in great reward. Okay. You all, that was it for today. I absolutely love you all. This book has been amazing. I don't know about y'all, but I've been eating good. Okay. I've been eating good with what we've been doing here. And I hope you all have been enjoying it the very, very same. Okay. We'll see you back here on Sunday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I love you all. I mean it. There's absolutely positively nothing you can do about it, so don't you even try it. We'll see you back here Sunday evening, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Peace.